Here we go, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. Let's jump right in. Looking at oil today. And kind of backtrack a little bit, give you kind of the inside story here. Friday, the 27th February, is when a group knew things were going to start popping off in the Middle East over the weekend. Okay. As you can see, it was pulling back, consolidation here, and consolidation on a pullback like this is either distribution or accumulation. In other words, people buying or people selling, but in a controlled, method. And as you can see, Friday they couldn't help themselves. They started adding a little bit more and pop this really nice potential breakout candle, and it ended up, actually gapping up. It took out all the previous week right here. Okay, so anyway, here we go. Monday, the run up, the big slam down. Now the reason for the slam down, as we've discussed, is that was everyone. When I say everyone, like companies, institutions, even mom and pops out there with one of those pump jacks in their backyard in West Texas pumping oil. They got out their little calculators and saw, keyed in how many barrels they own or in control of, and then they saw what the price was per barrel, and then everybody decided to take some profit because you couldn't take all that oil and sell it on the open market that quickly. So they all went and did, huge extra leverage futures short plays. Okay, so that this was all just paper money coming in, obviously a substantial amount betting against oil, trying to get some profit taking from their investments. Okay, just smart trading actually. That's what drove it down. And then, political news doesn't hurt either. Now, right now, we're coming up against this, uh, you know, uh, measured move here, the green dash line that is, and that's very critical. If all is able to close over that green dash line and we don't get rejected from it, let's say tomorrow, Friday, let's say we close today green above it, and then Friday, we keep going. That would be it's actually extremely bullish for oil. But if tomorrow we start trading under it and then actually close under it, that could be a rejection, and we could pull back a little deeper here. Okay, to find a base, find support, find buyers, and then play the game again. So this is very important going into the weekend. If we close over it Friday, could be a very wild weekend with prices, accelerating back up to $100. That's why that white dash line is there. I just kind of wanted something there to key my eye in on where $100 is, $100 oil, at least on this West Texas intermediate crude is what, we're watching consistently. So we get a nice close tomorrow above that measured move. Could be a wild weekend with oil, accelerating to the upside. We close under it, either today or tomorrow. Matter of fact, we still have just shy of 4 hours to go, so anything could happen. We're just barely over it. And then we'll, tomorrow if we close under it, then we'll expect a bit of a pullback here. Now, what happens if we get back up here high again? Well, guess what? People are going to want to play this game again. Okay. They love playing the futures, making money on their oil as compared to gold and silver. People that have or institutions, whatever you want to, however you want to identify um, investment firms with huge amounts of gold and silver. They're not going to ship all that, get the safe out, ship all that back, sell it to get their profits. They're going to use the paper, the futures market, to, you know, do extreme short positions, piling in leverage, whatever they got to do to drive it down, just like they did most recently on gold and silver. You guys saw that, and that's how they profit off of. Okay, by holding. uh, the physical, they can run the paper and make profits and live a happy life. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll keep you posted and updated, and we will see you on the chart.